Hey guys, SaintsKnight here, welcoming you guys back to our channel here with another episode of the F1 show. And today's show is about the Bahrain Grand Prix. And oh boy, what a Grand Prix that was. Now this video is basically just going to be me discussing it and giving my opinion, discussing the recent Grand Prix, going in depth, talking about the qualifying and the race day itself, and my thoughts about the whole thing. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to keep seeing the F1 show on the channel, you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. So let's go ahead and dive into the qualifying sessions. Now, qualifying was a very interesting one actually. Well, at the top, not really interesting because, as you would expect, Sebastian Vettel qualified fastest with a time of 1:27.9 on the super soft tire compound, I believe, which was actually pretty impressive, whilst his teammate Kimi Räikkönen actually lapped 0.143 seconds slower, giving him second place. Further below the grid, however, for Mercedes, this is where things get interesting. Bottas, he did quite well for himself, finishing in the top 4 or 5. His teammate, however, Hamilton, that's a different story. Originally, he was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be at 5th place. However, because Mercedes actually fitted a new gearbox, he was actually given a 5-place grid penalty, making him 9th place. And perhaps the most disappointing and saddest one of all for me personally, Max Verstappen, 15th place after having only 1 lap in Q1 and breaking down his car, and his car breaking down as a result. I'm just gonna say this right now, Red Bull, what the hell is going on with your cars? I mean, sure, Ricciardo finished in 3rd, but you're missing the key player, which is Maximilian Verstappen. I don't know if his name is actually Maximilian Verstappen, but Max Verstappen, he's a really good driver. You need to take advantage of that. But anyways, on to race day. The most interesting race that I think I've actually seen in a while. While, as we look at the table here, while not many people were out in this race, 3 people as opposed to the Australian Grand Prix, 5 people. The people that were out, however, that's an interesting story. First one to leave was Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull, because he had to leave because his electronics actually cut the engine. His electronics were malfunctioning on him, meaning that he couldn't start the car. He couldn't get the car up and running, which meant he got out by that. His teammate Verstappen didn't fare too bad because unfortunately, whilst he was doing a, I would have to say, epic battle with the Silver Arrow driven by Lewis Hamilton, he unfortunately got a puncture at the 3rd lap, went in, changed, and was like, you know what, fuck it, and was out after that. So that meant both Red Bulls were out of that entire race, which is a goddamn shame because Red Bull, what the hell? You're supposed to be a good team, not whatever hell this is. And another interesting thing, Ferrari actually, one of the Ferraris wasn't faring too well either because Räikkönen was out after a problem with his car that left the pit crew actually unable to change the left rear tire. It just wouldn't come out, and he actually as well Räikkönen actually ran over on his way out, ran over the one of the Ferrari's mechanics. So yeah, that went really badly for Ferrari, but in the end though, for Ferrari it actually did go quite well because they ended up winning the Grand Prix for Vettel after an intense battle, which actually was a tough one because Vettel was actually on the softest tire compound, actually on the soft tire compounds, but Bottas, who actually finished second, was on a longer compound, and Vettel's tires were absolutely dead. They had no traction, they had no grip, and Vettel, I would argue, if they were to give 1 or 2 more laps, Bottas would have won the Grand Prix. But as a result, Vettel actually won the Grand Prix itself, which is given a Ferrari a 2-win streak actually. For now, can he actually make it to 3? I suppose we're just gonna have to wait until the next race, which I think is the Chinese Grand Prix, which is actually next week. So be sure to get a video for that. But the biggest thing about this entire race was, I'd say honestly, about what happened after the race. Because after the race, during an interview, I think it was an interview, or it was like a wee press briefing and all that sort of stuff. Hamilton actually there was probably a spark of a potential rivalry that I would keep an eye out on. Lewis Hamilton actually went on record and I'm quoting here, that Verstappen was a dickhead for the move that he pulled. Which honestly, I don't blame Verstappen. Verstappen is not in the wrong here, because Verstappen, his style is aggressive. He does whatever it takes to get overtakes, and that's why I like it about Verstappen. Now, you know what, let's actually take a look at the driver standings now, and as you can see from this chart here, Sebastian Vettel is in the lead with 50 points, with Hamilton not too far behind with 17. Whereas, unfortunately, my personal choice for Red Bull, Max Verstappen, just barely enters the top 10 with 8 points. Hell, Fernando Alonso at McLaren is at a higher place. He's in 4th. He's in 4th place right now, and the Red Bull, driven by a better driver, Max Verstappen, 10th place. Overall though, I honestly think that this Grand Prix is probably, if Red Bull pay attention to to this Grand Prix and the last one, they really need to get their shit together, but they have the capacity to actually get wins, because they've won Grand Prix before. Hell, they've won World Championships before. It's just a matter of the car itself. It needs to be worked on. But yeah, overall, Red Bull really do need to get their shit together if they want to actually take a chance at bagging the World Championship itself, for both constructors and the drivers' championship for Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo as well, because they're both really good drivers. It's just that the car is letting them down so much with mechanical failures. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo was out in the Australian Grand Prix, and he was again out in the Bahrain Grand Prix, as well as his teammate Max Verstappen. Red Bull need to get their shit together and fast, because if they don't, well, they might be heading for where McLaren was last year. Doomsville. But anyway, those are my opinions on the 2018 Bahrain Grand Prix. What did you guys think of the race? Did you get a chance to catch up on it? Did you actually get to watch it? If you did, what are your thoughts about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Did you actually think that this was the most interesting Grand Prix over the past several years? Whatever your thoughts, leave them down below. And apart from that, guys, I'm afraid that's all the time we've had for today. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you guys did enjoy that. If you did, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new, then don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Simple to do, really. All you gotta do is click the bell icon next to the subscribe button, tick the box enabling all notifications to the channel, press save, then boom, you get instant notifications of when we go live or when we post a new video. And apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next video. So until then, guys, as always, peace.